Man, you know what sucks? It seems like when it comes to AR optics, you've got like giant optics that take up your entire rail, or you've got little tiny micro ones that nobody can see. What is so hard for these companies to make something that's would work on a full-size rifle, or maybe possibly even work on an SBR or a AR pistol? I don't think there's anything like that at all. Oh, MEPROLIGHT MCO Pro? Are we on something? Let's look and see. What's up, guys? We might be onto something. I'll tell you what led us here. Before we even get into this review, I want to explain to you something. Obviously, I've been in law enforcement for many years and done a lot of training and tactical training, and been involved with the AR rifle platform for a long time. And it seems like for the longest time, we've kind of been stuck. We've been stuck in these optics that are giant optics that take up the entire top rail or whatever, and if it's a red dot or a holographic type sight, you don't have a whole lot of room even for a magnifier. Or you got something now that's like these little micro that are basically like, to me, like pistol optics, and there's nothing really in between. So just recently I was doing a little bit of kind of scrolling on YouTube, which is probably what you were doing, wasn't it? Tell the truth, don't lie. But either way, so I was scrolling YouTube and I come across something at SHOT Show that intrigued me. And what happened was, I actually, well, I can't say I wasn't in the market. I was in the market for an optic for my AR. But I really didn't know which way to go, but I know this time of year with SHOT Show and stuff, possibility, something maybe this year, fingers crossed, right? So then we found this. This is the MEPROLIGHT MCO Pro. This is a closed emitter optic. It's it's kind of the smaller size, which we're going to open up and go through it here in just a little bit. But it's a smaller size, and it's going to be an optic that's a red dot optic. It'll work with a magnifier, and it looks like it's going to be top notch. Now I'm going to tell you right now, I don't get into the whole boring unboxing type stuff like we see a lot on YouTube, where it literally shows somebody and they got like this box. We know where this box come from. It's a cardboard box. And they take a knife and open it up. Guess what? This thing came in a cardboard box from a carrier, and I opened it up. Now it looks like this. Okay, so we're going to open this up and we're going to see what they sent us. So first off, this thing, it's kind of a new thing to me too, and I'm going to level with you. I have not opened this box yet to really go through any of this stuff, and what I do know about it, I've gathered from what little bit of information there is out there on it so far. So hopefully we're going to learn about this together. If you're not familiar with MEPROLIGHT, where have you been, first of all, because obviously you need to wake up. MEPROLIGHT is a company that's is Israeli based, so they're kind of like they're a battle-proven type optics, so they're going to get through the tough times with you. They're going to be rugged and they're going to work. So we don't have to really worry about that. And that's another thing too that means a lot, especially in like my line of work as a police officer. You know, should I have to deploy a rifle, God forbid that I would ever be in that situation to ever do that. But if I do, I want to make sure that my stuff's going to work. And that should be the last thing that we have to worry about, right? We want to make sure it works. So as we open the box, this is what we find. I think this is so cool. This is so cool. It literally comes on its own little Picatinny mount. That's so neat. It's so cool. It's small, but it seems like it's got a pretty good size viewfinder here. That's pretty neat. Best I could tell, it runs on the, I believe it's the, let's see if it says on the box. Okay, this is a closed emitter design. This is what I'm reading from the box here. Closed emitter design, shields against all elements. It's got a user selectable 3-segment reticle, 10-day/2 night vision brightness settings. It runs on a CR 2032 battery, 25,000 plus hours of battery life. Automatic and manual brightness control. It's a shake awake design, which is awesome because if you're not familiar with that, the optic will go to sleep, and then when you move it, it wakes back up. You don't have to worry about turning it on. Wow, it's IP67 water dust rating. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the dust rating at 6 is as high as it goes. So that means it's about as good as it gets, and the 7 is pretty close. I think that's down to like a meter, maybe something like that for like 30 minutes. And you can actually get, this is going to be, I think, the full co-witness. But I know that they're offering, it says on the box here, they offer a 193 riser available, but you have to get that separately. But here's what's really cool about this, and we're going to go through this, but this is what excited me, was it's got the little, it's got 3 different reticles. It's got the 3 MOA dot, and then it's got the, what I like to refer to like the donut of death, you've heard it called or whatever, but, and then it has another one with almost like a BDC type reticle in it, which I think is really cool. The fact that you get all this in a little red dot that's still small enough where you got plenty of room for your magnifier if you choose to. Eye relief's not an issue. Too cool. So also, not sure what this is, but it says welcome to excellence in the accessories. Excellence, we'll see. I know I've heard a lot of good things about MEPROLIGHT, but we'll see about that. And then it comes with, I guess, just the book here to tell you how to operate the thing, which I'll probably need because, well, if anybody could screw it up, it's me. So it comes with that. Let's see what's in this accessory box here. I'm assuming maybe it'll have like a thing in here for dummies, because that'll fit me. Okay. It has a little cloth. That's pretty nice. Wow, that's actually a really nice cloth. That's another thing too, if you ever get an optic and you notice like they have these cloths in there for your lenses, but they're crap. This one's pretty good. And then it has a little brush for the maintenance of it. And then there's your CR2032. And then of course your Allen key slash, your adjustment wrenches and stuff. That's all pretty necessary stuff. This impresses me, just the quality of that. You can tell it's actually a nice product. And they sent me this. I got 2 stickers and MEPROLIGHT 35-year anniversary. Israel made, American tough. That is cool. So a little morale patch. So that's pretty neat. So this, let's see, it's got, I guess it's the compartment for the battery. So let's see if we can fire this baby up, because I'm kind of curious what this thing will do. Okay, so we got the battery installed. And here's what's really cool with it. Of course, you have your windage and elevation, and the battery tray is on the sides. It's easy to access as far as not having to remove the optic from the rifle or anything. According to the manual, this thing will go into sleep mode after an hour, and then it's shake awake, which means if you touch your gun and pick it up to deploy your rifle, then your optic will come back on itself. As I said before, it is co-witness height. So you could use, a magnifier or stuff with it, as well as obviously your iron backups or whatever you want. And as you can tell, it is little, but it's actually, even though it's small in terms of length and width, it still feels like it's pretty wide open, And it has the 3 different reticles. It has the dot, and it has the regular dot with the circle, and then the donut of death, so to speak, and then it has the one with the BDC, which is really, really cool. It's pretty robust. It feels like it's pretty durable little sucker here. I mean, it feels like it's well made, which I didn't expect any less. To actually change the reticle, you hold down on the down arrow for 3 seconds, the manual says, and it will scroll between the reticles. And then, when you select your reticle, when your rifle is stationary, go into sleep mode after an hour. And with that, easy accessible battery, the battery is very common, very easy to find, no problem with that. Finally, somebody has heard the cries of making an optic that is efficient rail size, efficient eye relief, as well as the viewing window. Got a selectable reticle. It's made like a tank, feels like anyway, and it looks good. like, I mean, it's actually a nice looking product. I actually can't wait to put this on my rifle. I'm going to put it on a 300 blackout and run it, and we'll probably run it on some 5.56 and stuff. What we're going to do after this is we're going to put together a second video that'll be a range review, and the range review will be putting it through its paces. We're going to get out and we'll shoot some rounds with a few different rifles and kind of run it and see how it goes. I know that I believe what I was reading on it was, which is pretty normal. You know, they're basically, they're parallax free. You know, I think this one's like 50 yards or something. So for close quarter combat stuff, you know, you're going to be fine. You can just throw it up and catch the dot and good to go generally. So I think this might be a win, man. My first impressions are, you know, I think it's really cool how they mounted it in the box, you know, in the little Picatinny rail. It comes with, you know, nice little accessories. You know, the manual seems to be pretty well detailed on tell you how to do stuff, even for morons like me. It's built like a tank. It looks good. The buttons are very positive. You can definitely feel when you're selecting the up and down arrows, you can definitely feel the audible and, you know, the click itself. You can actually hear it and kind of feel it. It's pretty nice. Like I said, windows and elevation I haven't messed with yet. It's setting on, I think this is the regular co-witness mount. And I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited. I can't wait to get this thing out and shoot it and run the paces through it, because I think we may be onto something. And get this, the best part, like 400 and some odd dollars. As of this video, I think the list price was around 400 some dollars. So you tell me where you're going to get an optic that's made with the quality that MEPROLIGHT is. You know, they're battle tested, they're built like tanks. The glass is really good too, which we'll get some shots of the glass in there too. But the glass looks really good. The reticle itself looks really good. That's super bright. You're not going to have any washout with this one. You know, I know that there's people talk about the original model that was I think it was the M21, I believe is what it was. That was ran off the fiber optic, and it was kind of designed to not need batteries. And oh well, you know, it would wash out and super bright. Well, I never had one to personally see that. I know the thing looked good, and everything that I'd seen from it seemed like it was pretty cool. But this one, you're not going to have that problem. 10 daytime brightness settings, 2 night vision settings, generous size window to be able to see your dot or your ring or whatever you choose. I think it's going to be pretty solid. But only time will tell, and only time will tell with running this thing. I used to say, and I've been you know, involved in a lot of training and stuff, and throughout my firearms career, so to speak, and as an instructor, and self-defense or personal defense type stuff. And I used to joke around and say, I never judge an instructor by the certificates on his wall. I judge him by the amount of brass at his feet. So let's put the brass at the feet of the little MEPROLIGHT MCO Pro closed emitter. Awesome so far. I'm excited. I can't wait to shoot this thing. We're going to take you guys along with it. We're going to get out. We're going to let you guys see it. We're going to run this thing to its paces. If it sucks, I'll tell you. Right now, I'm impressed. God bless you. Stay focused. Stay driven. Stay blessed. Bless somebody else. Do something good for somebody. And as always, if you train like you fight like you train. See you guys.